After surviving 3,000 days in hardcore Minecraft, I'm going to do a tour of my world and visit my coolest projects from the last 1,000 days. Plus, I'll give you guys the download to this world. Link is in the description. A lot of hard work goes into this series, so if you like watching it and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe. So one of the first things that I built after 2,000 days was this villager trading hall. As you can see, all this time later, it's still not quite finished. But this bottom layer is, so any books that I need, they're all signed up. It's absolutely perfect. So easy. You know, if I do something stupid and break my shovel or my pickaxe, I can easily go to one of these guys and get another one. And I also built this cool villager head as the entranceway. I mean, is it cool? It looks a little bit strange, but yeah, we're just gonna roll with it. And I also did something that was extremely groundbreaking. I got the ultimate armor in Minecraft by rolling back my world. That was a very stressful experience. But hey, don't tell me that that was not worth it, because it is so cool to have the best armor ever. And whilst I'm at my house, I'll also tell you about the 3,000 days poster. If you haven't seen it already, there's still a few left, but they are very nearly sold out. So if you do want to get one of these, you better act fast. By my calculations, they will be sold out in the next few days. Link is in the description. I don't remember exactly when I did this, but I made a second lava farm, so I've got 2 of them. So, I mean, I've just got so much lava. Like, you think you've got loads of lava? Think again. Believe it or not, but right here, even though it's lit up, it is a slime chunk, which is why there is buttons everywhere to stop those slimes spawning. 1.18 did really break my guardian farm. It's really slowed down, but I will fix it at some point. I have a pretty good plan. And throughout the last 1,000 days, I have continued adding more layers to this cactus farm, which is just a way to get XP. When it's fully finished and goes all the way to build limit, it will be insane, but yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to get there. And then there's the hoglin farm. I realized that living off golden carrots just wasn't practical. It's just so much effort to always be crafting them. So I built this amazing thing, which gets me loads and loads of pork chops. I don't know why there shouldn't be leather in there. The leather's meant to go in there. You build an auto storage system and it doesn't even work. But basically, you AFK from up here, and then hoglins spawn down below, run away from this warped fungi. And because they're not very clever, they walk into the lava. And then in 2,200 days, I made something very cool. No, I'm not talking about Sonic, although he is very cool. I'm talking about something even more impressive. And that is my wireless redstone machine. Yes, this allows you to send signals over millions and millions of blocks just by releasing items. This is all that's happening. Items are getting dispensed and the trapdoors are releasing them at an equal speed. It's a very cool concept, and if you send a very specific signal from somewhere else, it will activate it, and then you can, like, activate this piston. If I go ahead and grab an ender pearl, put it into this stasis chamber, and then fly thousands and thousands of blocks away, all the way to my guardian farm, if I go ahead and press this button, as you'll see, it sends a signal along, then it will teleport me instantly. It's so fast. Yeah, it's an absolutely magnificent machine. Very cool concept. And you know what else is a magnificent machine? The Predator Triton 300 SE. This is a laptop by Acer, who I would like to thank for sponsoring this video. This laptop that they've recently released, to put it simply, it's just a beast. I mean, even turning it on sounds cool. Look at it, the way it lights up. Listen. Look at that. It's got an 11th gen i7 processor, an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 GPU, and an entire terabyte of storage. This makes it perfect for gaming, which is why you get 1 month's free Xbox Game Pass included with it. And Game Pass is great. It has like over 100 games on it. I personally use Game Pass. My brother uses it. My sister uses it. It's basically a cheaper way to get access to loads and loads of games. And these aren't rubbish games that you've never heard of. It's got Sea of Thieves, Football Manager, Need for Speed, Halo Infinite, Among Us, Minecraft. Oh, okay, you've probably never heard of Minecraft, but trust me, it's great. So yeah, the laptop and Game Pass will be linked down below in the description. I'm just turning it on again. I just find it so cool to turn it on the way it lights up. Anyway, that's enough of that. It's available at all the major retailers like Amazon, Curry's PC World, eBuyer, and loads more like that, so make sure to check it out. And now back to my world. That was the wireless redstone, and now it is Sonic's time to shine. There he is, one of the cutest builds in my world. Well, there is a little bit of a story behind Sonic, because I just didn't, look at this and build it from my own geniusness. No, instead, I built him first in Lego and then created him in my world. I still do have this Lego Sonic somewhere over there, but to be honest, I'm too lazy to go walk over there, so let's go and see the next thing. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not that lazy. And here he is, one of the cutest little things I've ever built. His legs also come off way too easily, but you know what? Let's get him back in business. Oh no, we've lost a nap. You know what? Let's just move on. That was a rare moment where you actually got to see my ears. Now we head to the void base, which is a bit of a sad one because it worked until 1.18, and then, yeah, they extended it down, and the shulkers just clung to the wall. So it was really, really cool. You'll have to go and watch 2100 Days if you want to see what actually went on down there. And they also made this little machine, which is very, very cool. Basically, you put some of your concrete powder in there. The rest of it goes into your offhand. Then you just like place and mine at the same time, and it will keep dispensing concrete powder to you as you mine. All the powder is getting turned into concrete, which will then go into this chest. Just a handy little contraption. Also, guys, I know I mentioned it in the intro, but the world download is linked in the description if you would like to explore this place for yourself. Obviously, there's some very cool things here that not many worlds have. I'm not really trying to blow my own trumpet when I say that, but I'd say that most worlds don't have armor like this, the end of life farm, all sorts of other things, which we will be looking at. Oh, the teleporter too. And of course, not forgetting the coolest thing in my entire world, the sugarcane farm, which I also built in 2200 days. Also, around the 2300 and 2400 days marked, I did expand the melon farm to be 3 times as wide. It's a little bit broken. I should fix it at some point. And I also need to add sea lanterns across the top of this third one. Otherwise, you just end up with snow everywhere. Tried to stop this place from getting covered in snow, but it's no use. I'll just see myself out after that one. Moving on to more important things, the hyperspeed tunnels. This uses the speed effect. Okay, we don't want to be on there. The speed effect, a dolphin, which gives you dolphin's grace, as you can see. And the soul speed on soul soil also makes you go ridiculously fast as well, as you can see. So we can basically go thousands of blocks here. We've got another dolphin here with more speed. Beacon that's going to keep us going further. There's a dolphin that you kind of go past, and it gets me all the way to my house really, really fast. The only possible issue is when I moved it to 1.18, I now go faster than the chunks can load. So as you can see, something like that happens, and it kind of ruins it a little bit. To fix it, I just need to add more dolphins, which isn't too much of a problem. It's just, well, it is just a pain to do that. I've also got this one, which goes all the way to my guardian farm. Very, very nice indeed. But building this, it took a lot of one item. It took a lot of ice. And after a while, I realized that I couldn't keep just mining up the ice caps and ruining the home of the poor polar bears. So instead, I built this over here. It's an ice farm. It's not quite finished yet, but it does already get me tons and tons of ice. For this to work, you first need to not have depth strider. You need a silk touch pickaxe. You just go and crouch into here, and you just go like this. And as you can see, I'm getting pushed along, and I mine the ice. And I could just keep floating along here and getting loads and loads of ice, but, you know, I ain't got time for that. And you can see right here that it's just all flowing water. We've got no water sources. But what would happen is I'd continue to float around here and go along here. I'd be breaking all of this ice. And then at this point, I think, yeah, we've got a pressure plate. So when I go over this pressure plate, you can see there's a hole right here. Okay, now watch what happens when I go over the pressure plate. It activates the piston. And look at this. Now these all become water sources because that becomes a source. So, yeah, then you can get more ice. Fantastic contraption. Very, very... It's pretty simple because there's not a lot of redstone. I just need to finish it, and it's not that hard to finish. But for some reason, I decided I wanted to make the entire floor be snow blocks, as you can see. And so that required putting my snow farm to good use. And I built this guy. Look at him. He looks absolutely... very, very happy. And now for another very, very cool build. I wanted to disable mob spawning in the nether. So I farmed loads and loads of shulkers and transported them onto there. And then we've got this chunk loader, which keeps them all loaded when this is switched off. Now, if I was to go ahead and move this to here, then it would turn the chunk loader off and these would be unloaded. So that's how I turn it on and off. And these pistons actually use a mechanic that makes them instant redstone. Kind of difficult to show you like this, but if I go ahead and break this redstone, can you see they all retract at exactly the same time? Now, if I go and place it, they go one by one, which, again, you know what, that was a terrible example, but watch the video if you want to see it. Just trust me, it equals instant redstone. And having this mob switch allowed me to use the entity counter to detect where there were bastions, and I use that to find notch apples. Because the only entities that will load now are piglins in new bastions, and striders. So yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. And also at my guardian farm, I made this cool little auto storage because things were getting very disorganized. Although this one is nearly overflowing, it gets you so much cool stuff. And before I could update my world to 1.18, I had some unfinished business with a load of withers. These withers were part of a mob switch, and at the time they worked really, really good. They were also trapped in bedrock, but the bedrock got turned to deep slate, so the withers could escape. I had to battle 70 withers at once. I managed to stop them from causing any further chaos. I think I got off quite well with it. But that did mean that I could build a much, much better mob switch. The one with withers, it used chunk loaders, so if I reloaded the world, the mob switch stopped. But this one over here uses shulkers and the spawn chunks to load it. So if I turn on chunk borders, you can see that the shulkers right now are just in these chunks here, which is classed as the spawn chunks. If I push this button, you can see the pistons will extend and that pushes them out of the spawn chunks. So even if I reload the world, the mob switch will stay working whatever, which is very, very useful indeed. And in 2,500 days, I also traveled to loads and loads of strongholds. This was in search of one very rare item, the other side disc. So the other side disc is the new one added in 1.18. And it's amazing. I love it. It's a great tune. Just listen to it. yeah, it's fantastic. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that playing in the background. And not only did I find that in the video, I also trapped this poor Strider underground down here because, yeah, well, he's Smiler because it looks like he's smiling to me. I mean, if we turn the screen upside down, now look at him, he's happy as Larry. But yeah, there was an advancement to ride a Strider in the overworld on lava or something like that, so I did that. I also traded with a villager all the way up at build height. He's not up here anymore because I kind of accidentally lost a villager and now they're down there farming away. With that, I did an MLG all the way down as well. Hi guys, don't ask what just happened. We've also got a very useful farm which I rebuilt. I've rebuilt it below my house and it's an amethyst farm, and look at it. It just gets me so much now. It's fantastic. Every 3 hours it will activate. It's got like its clock going on here, so I don't know how far off it is from activating. Probably, yeah, not too far. It's about an hour away from activating. Then the pistons will extend and do that. Look at that. I'm also getting myself some glow ink sacks from it as well. Nothing like a cool dual purpose farm. And then I began to realize that, you know what, this village, it looked pretty terrible. I mean, it looks a lot better now. Yeah, I created this new not world border, but it's not that far. But yeah, a new wall around them just to keep them safe. I haven't finished it yet because I've got to come up with some way to get it across the water that will look cool. Yeah, I'll work something out. To be honest, it's probably not that complicated. I'm kind of overdoing it a bit. We've also got this cool little system where if you push the button, you can get in and then you can close it back up again. Look at that. And it just works like that. Completely perfect. Not only did I build that, I built this, and now this is exactly what the villagers needed. It's got everything they could ever want. Up here is where they all go to work. As you can see, they have a great time working together, a really good work ethic. This is where they all sleep. Yeah, they're real buddies. We really packed them in, didn't we? We didn't give them much breathing room, but I think it is a very cool build indeed. Not only did I build that, I built this. Yeah, my dogs for a long time were living in my house. Yeah, my house had a bit of a disaster, by the way. I will fix that before 4,000 days. But first things first, my dog house. Yes, this is where they all live. We've got Brittany, Junior, and Buddy. They've got, yeah, just a nice little home here. Yeah, a lot of people said change this to glass instead of iron bars. I think that would be a good idea because it's not meant to be a prison, but maybe it feels like a bit of a prison for them. Now I've got to fly thousands and thousands of blocks in this direction, and this will lead me to this tiny little farm, which is a coral farm. Because I was starting to build world eaters, which uses TNT jupers, which uses dead coral, I realized that something like this was going to be key. So if we go like this, I'm pretty sure any moment now, yeah, look at that. What we can do is we can go like this, and I think if we get the right angle, can we do these close ones? I think I'm doing this right, to be honest. Yeah, anyway, as you can see, we are breaking all of them. I'm not sure if I do something like that. That might be it. I think I'm maybe using the wrong tool, to be honest. Let's use the shovel. We just basically are getting loads of coral as we go backwards and forwards, and all of that coral, as we break it, you can see it is floating up, going into these hoppers, which goes into this chest, and we're getting a nice wide array. Very simple little farm, but also very useful indeed. And then we've got the bamboo farm, something that I actually screwed up. I didn't build this in the center for some stupid reason. I built it in line with where the chests were, so yeah, I was a bit of an idiot there. So I do need to change it so it'll get rid of this, but it's super useful because bamboo grows pretty fast. Oh my goodness, okay, yeah, you know what? We are overrun with bamboo as it is. Need to make a bigger storage system at some point for that. And now for something very cool that I built. It took hundreds of days. It's probably the hardest project I've ever done. And that is the nether perimeter. Yes, it is an entire area completely... Okay, it's a little bit laggy here. Yeah, because of this farm. This was a farm that allowed me to create lag and slow down time and go to the world border. Basically just a gold farm, and I will be turning it into a really OP gold farm. We got loads of ancient debris from it. Like I say, making this little thing here allowed me to go to the world border. You'll have to watch 2,900 days if you want more information on that. And now I think I'm going to have to reload my world if I want to get rid of all of this lag. And another very cool farm that I made is an obsidian farm. This farm is very OP and gets about 37,000 obsidian per hour. We've got a snow golem here that will be shooting upwards and sending snowballs through the end portal. Now the way to activate this farm is to first summon in a wither and place water above it. Once it blows up, he's going to be going after the golem, which is, he's just chilling down there. He's a very brave man. If we go back through this portal and then flick this lever so that the snow golem is now shooting snowballs that are going through the end portal, then he will now be hitting the wither, which will make him break the obsidian, and that broken obsidian, where's it going? Oh, it's just filling up these chests, and it gets you so much. So fast. Absolutely amazing farm, and all that obsidian was super useful for building other farms. What other farms do I mean? Well, if you watch 3,000 Days, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yes, the End of Light farm. So I had to make an entire perimeter for this, which was in itself a big project, but nowhere near as hard as the nether one. This right here is where I'd AFK, and this is also where the bat switch is, so if we turn the portal on, bats will be able to come through. I need to kind of fix it so it works at night time, which will be an easy job, but it's kind of good for explanation purposes. So as you can see, there's loads of slice portals. How I did this, like I said, you have to watch 3000 Days. It uses update suppressors and light suppressors. All I can say is that it was a massive undertaking. We'll just wait for the sun to go down, and it is finally starting to get dark. So mobs are now, look at the speed that they're spawning. It's absolutely crazy. Very soon bats will start to come through. Here you go, we've got a few. Okay, so we just need to get a load of these, like 15 through of bats. Looking at the F3 menu, it looks like we have now got enough, so I can go ahead and turn this off. No more bats will be spawning down there. And as you can see, I really need to fix things in here, but mobs are absolutely pouring through. And yeah, the magma's not really working. Everything's not really working. But this will be fixed and improved. You can see we've got a slice portal down here as well. Kind of ended up with Enderman absolutely everywhere here as well. And so yeah, that is everybody up to date. Up to 3000 days. Everything that I have done. Once again, thank you to Acer for sending me this laptop and sponsoring this video. Make sure to check them down below, linked in the description, and get that free 1 month Game Pass if you buy one, because yeah, Game Pass is amazing as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.